Good evening, good evening. Hey, how's it going? I need something to hold. Hey, how is everyone doing? Tina, Wanda, Felicia, Javon, I saw you. Juanita. Hey, 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 everyone, how's it going? Let me know if you can hear me okay. I have my headphones on. I want to make sure my lighting's good, my signal is good, my voice is good. Sick? Who's sick? Oh man, how'd you get sick, Kay, Diane? Oh man, I hope you feel better, Giovanna. I hate being Wanda. I understand, honey. I've been up since 7. No, I got up earlier, 5 something. Went back to sleep after I prayed, and then got up at 7:30, or a little bit before 7:30, and have been going since. I had training all day today from 9 to 4, and then I left there and had some running around to do, and I'm just getting settled. As a matter of fact, I have my salad. I haven't even ate it yet, but I got a salad and some broccoli and cheddar soup, which I was able to eat that, but I'm excited to eat the salad when I get off. I'll show you guys the salad. So I'm excited to eat that when I get off here. I came here for it. It's okay. I want my mom so I can get a fork. Yay, Diane. So, ladies. Hey, Mika, I thought you were at the party. Mika? No? Oh, wow. Yeah, I know what that looks like. Yeah, Giovanna, we're praying you feel better. Take it easy, get rest, drink lots of fluids. Don't overexert yourself at all, and get lots of sleep. So hopefully you'll be able to do that. So I just wanted to come on because, as you know, this is day 30. Oh my God. Listen. Oh, Mika, did that not go by quick? Those 30 days. Is it just me, or those 30 days flew by? This is where we started. I was here at my mom's house in this very same room the Thursday before the challenge started, August 31st. This is where I was. This is where I did the info session live, right here in this very same chair, in this very same room, in front of that very same curtain that you see behind me. And now we are here, and I didn't plan to be here tonight, but I just think that's just so strategic, and God just has a sense of humor. Hey, Siobhan, that I'm here tonight and let you know that it is over. But listen, just because it's over, that does not mean that it's over. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So that was only a stepping stone for you, for those of you that were not used to getting up and praying and spending time with the Lord and doing your devotions and doing your studies and things of that nature. That was just a lighter for you, or a ignite for you, a stepping stone, a starter for you to be able to continue on this journey. I understand some days you may not get up early, some days you may oversleep, some days you may stay in the bed and pray. Trust me, I get it. There were a lot of days I was extremely exhausted. So don't feel bad if you slipped up. Don't feel bad if you stayed in your bed and prayed. Don't feel bad if things didn't go the way that you wanted them to go. Don't feel bad if you stopped halfway through, or whatever the case may be. I don't want anybody to feel like, oh my God, I dropped the ball, or I know I couldn't do it. I don't want you to doubt yourself. I don't want you to beat yourself up. I don't want you to feel as if, this is the end of the world if you didn't get through the entire thing. It doesn't matter. The fact that you started, the fact that you had on your mind that you wanted to do it and you wanted to carry out, but for whatever reason, you did not, you can continue on. Because the whole thing behind it is being consistent in your relationship with the Lord. And many of you that have done it, you saw the results. Were the results not good? So the results were good while you were doing that, being consistent in your prayer and worship and fasting and things of that nature. Then you know that you have to continue doing those things. So as I told you before, I do things based on results. So I know what results I'll get if I do this, and I know what results I'll get if I do that. So depending on the results that I desire, that's what I will continue to do. I know for me, when I'm continuing my prayer and getting up in the morning and worshiping and doing all of these things, I know that my life is better. I feel better. I have a clear head. I feel more at peace. I feel unbothered. My husband is a beneficiary as a result of that. I treat him better, right? I respect him without any questions. But when I don't do those things, I know I'm a little bit more moody, a little bit more edgy, I'm more accessible to the enemy. And I know that I may get an attitude with my husband or not always, treat him the best, So we want to make sure whatever results that you're desiring to get, then you continue to do those things that's going to get those results. So if it's a word that's in a devotion that you need to hear because you know it's going to be life changing, you need to read that devotion. You need to spend that time with the Lord. You need to go into worship. You need to fast for a day if you're feeling on edgy or you're feeling all over the place. Those are things that we have to continue to do. This challenge was just something to catapult you to continuing in these things. If you want to go back and pray for the 30 things that we prayed for, go back and pray for those things. Continue to pray for those things. Continue to ask God to move in your life, in your husband's life, your future husband's life, in your relationships, and your marriage, and things of that nature. You can continue on in that journey and thank God for what he's already done. Right? We're not continuing to, Lord, heal my husband, Lord, save my husband. No, when we declared and we asked God to save our husband, now we're going to believe God that he is saved. We're going to speak forth that my husband is saved. Lord, I thank you for saving my husband. I thank you for delivering him from alcoholism or abuse. I thank you for delivering him from pornography. I thank you for helping me to manage my marriage. I thank you for delivering my marriage. I thank you for restoring us, oh God. So that's what you're going to do. You don't keep going and asking. You ask that one time and then you just follow up with giving thanksgiving to God and believing that it's going to be done. And you continue to be consistent in the process. And like I said many times before, your focus is on God. He's your first allegiance, and then your husband. So you want to make sure that your focus is on God and your relationship with him more than it is with your husband. Because if your relationship with God is in alignment, then your relationship with your husband is automatically going to be in alignment. And we have to make sure that we're lessening our expectations for our husbands, because our sole expectation is in God. And what we're doing for our husbands is because we want to glorify God. So it's not about what our husbands are doing or what they're not doing, how they're acting toward us. Not saying that you're just accepting, foul behavior or abuse of any kind, infidelity of any kind, but understand that you can't control your husband. You can't control what he does, what he says, and how he does it. Who he is who he was before you married him, and you still said yes. So we have to understand that and believe that God is going to bring forth transformation. We are only in control of ourselves. I can only change me. I can only do the things that's going to help me be better, that's going to help me grow as an individual, and that's going to transform my life. My husband has to do those things on his own. Now, I can encourage him. I can lift him up. I can support him. I can pray for him. I can cover him all day long, but it's up to him to make that final decision, and I just have to trust God that he's going to change him. But, a lot of times we get so frustrated because they're not doing what we need them to do or being who we need them to be, and then we fall off the totem pole, right? We get an attitude. We get agitated, we get aggravated, we start going off at the mouth or whatever, and we start telling them what they need to do and how they need to be saved and how they need to pray and how they need to go to church and how they need to do this, that, and the next. That's only going to draw and separate him from you rather than bring him closer to you. So I am so thankful on tonight. We're not going to be on long at all. We're going to be off here by 8:30, and what I want to go ahead and do at this time, I do want to bring each of our accountability members on. The A team is what I call them. I'm so very grateful that they have been a part of this journey with me. I could not have done this by myself. They came in, they stepped in, they were posting, they were engaging, they were contacting you guys, sending you information and material, and they have been by my side the entire time. And I could not have done this challenge without their help. That's Benata West, that's Mika Gaddis, that's Juanita Breland, that's Connie Richardson, and Tanja Delaney. So what I'm going to end up doing actually is bringing each of them on the live here. So I'm going to invite each of them on one at a time. Tanja, you're probably going to be first, so go ahead and get ready. And just have them say a few words so you guys, just to encourage you to keep on going. And the main thing I want to drive here is don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself a break. If you were not successful or successful in the level that you wanted to be during this challenge, it's okay. Do not beat yourself up. And I'm going to tell you about a special thing that we're doing starting tomorrow, actually. So if you were not successful on this challenge, you have a second chance. You have a do-over, as what I would say. And it's that Proverbs 31 challenge that we're starting as of tomorrow. Many of you don't know that I am a part of the DMI Kingdom Woman community. I'm actually the founder, one of the founders of Detour Movement Incorporated. And my sister Jill Bullock and I have been rocking and rolling since 2011 with that organization. And every year we do a Proverbs 31 day challenge. And it just so happened to be right after the Wives in Warfare challenge. So I'll give you guys more information about that. Many of you have already signed up. Many others have already signed up for that challenge. It's going to be amazing. Many of you have done it before. Wanda, Mika, Juanita, and many of you have done that before, and you know the results that you've gotten from that. And what I want to tell you is that this walk is continuous. It's not that I do this and I stop. Just like if you go to church and you stop going to church, what happens? Your faith falls by the wayside. Your trust in God falls by the wayside. You don't want to fellowship with people. You think you can do things on your own. So that's the same thing as far as you growing. We like to call this continuous improvement, continuous growth. This is continuing learning, like you're always a student. So the reason why we do these challenges and other things that we do is to help you continue to learn, continue to grow spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and also relationally. And you need things like this outside of church, outside of your regular regiments, in order for you to be a strong Christian, in order for you to walk in a place of holiness, in order for you to be a Proverbs 31 woman. You need continuous learning, continuing to get fed, and as you're getting fed, then you're feeding others. So that's you then walking in your purpose. So as you're getting fed, you're then pouring out to others. So you don't want to sit fat off of all the information you're getting. So if you have loved ones that need to be saved, if you have people that are in your job that need to be saved, all of these things are doing. These things will help you to be a better person, to help you to speak to people with clarity and understanding, and not coming off judgmental, not trying to condemn them, but operating out of a place of love, out of peace, out of joy, out of goodness, out of faithfulness, meekness, self-control, gentleness. So it help you walk in that space so you can minister to other people, so that you can be gentle and operate and extend grace to other people. So you want to continue to get fed. Just like if you don't eat for a certain amount of time, naturally you're going to die. That's the same thing spiritually. If you stop eating, you're going to die. Hence why you see me, I'm always on a podcast, always listening to YouTube, always reading a book or audio or something. I'm constantly getting fed, because I know the more I put in me that is God, the more that God will come in me, come out of me. The more God I put in me, the more God will come out of me. And because we've been sinners for so very long, and we've lived in a sinful world, and we've done those things so very long, we have to continue to detox those things out of our system, out of our mind, out of our heart, those old ways. Why do I say that? Because if you can look right now, just the other day, you probably wanted to curse somebody out. Somebody probably pissed you off. So that just lets you know that those things are still there. And in order for you to quiet that giant and keep that giant, that internal giant quiet, you're going to have to continue to do things that's going to feed your spirit. Y'all hear me? You're going to have to continue to do things to feed your spirit. Yeah, you'll grow weary. Oh, I don't feel like this. I don't feel like doing this challenge. Because your flesh wants its way. Your flesh wants what it wants. It wants to override the spirit man. So you have to press your way through to do things that are spiritual. Because naturally, it's easy to do things. Excuse me. Oh, man. It's easy to do things in the flesh. And naturally, because that's what we've been doing for so very long. But when we were adopted into the royal family and we became sons and daughters of Christ, you know, it's harder to submit to those things. It's harder to listen to gospel music all the time, or to read an inspirational book, or not so much to read it, but to apply it and things of that nature. But the flesh wants what it wants, so it's going to easily operate in the flesh. That's why, like sinners sin, right? So that's what they do. They're habitual sinners. They do what they do. But as you have been adopted in the royal family, and you are now a servant of Christ and you're a disciple, it shouldn't be so easy for you to sin. That should